You know the music? You know the first level? You even know the secret pipe that Mario accesses the underground with. You may have spent hours and hours playing the original Super Mario Bros., but there are some surprising facts that you never knew. Secret enemies, horrific backstories, and alternative releases of the game that can give you insight like you've never seen before. Check out 10 shocking things you never knew about Super Mario. But before you do that, click subscribe. You'll join our notification squad and be the first to know of new content. Mario the Gunslinger. In Mario, nothing felt better than grabbing that magical flower and gaining the ability to shoot fireballs at your enemies. It made it a breeze to get through levels, and 5 quick shots could even defeat Bowser at the end of a castle. If the original game design went through as planned, then the fireballs that you know and love would be a whole different story. As the game went through the design process, Mario was not using magical powers. He came loaded with bullets. These bullets would be used to shoot down enemies and kill them in an instant. Imagine how different the world of Mario would be if he was an everyday gunslinger. The bullets were deemed too violent and didn't really represent the family-friendly world that Mario showcased. The thought of bullets did remain in the series, as the iconic enemy Bullet Bill. The fake Bowsers. As you reach the large castle stage at the end of each level, you're confronted with Bowser. By tapping on the magical axe, the pit opens and Bowser falls to his fiery death below. Players may think that Bowser's some kind of super creature with the ability to survive an endless amount of lava pits, but that's not the case at all. What seems like 8 epic battles with the big and bad Bowser is actually only one battle. The other Bowsers that appear in the first 7 castles are actually decoys hidden in Bowser costumes. Now the only way to prove this is to make it through the castle with your flower power. Once you reach the final battle in the castle, you must shoot Bowser 5 times. On the 5th time, the fake Bowser costume will disappear and the real enemy will appear as they plop down to their death. This revelation actually makes a lot of sense and makes the final battle with Bowser so much more significant. The game is a sequel. It's easy to refer to Super Mario Bros. As the first Mario game. It helped put the NES on the map, it's the first video game that many people played, and it's constantly referred to when talking about video game history. Despite all of its historical relevance, Super Mario Bros. Is actually a sequel from an arcade and platform game simply known as Mario Bros. In the original Nintendo Mario Bros., Mario and Luigi actually had to put their plumbing skills to work. In a stage set in the sewers, Mario and Luigi work on cleaning out the pipes by hopping on Koopa Troopas, eliminating enemies, and avoiding large fireballs in the process. Mario is known for killing enemies by stomping on their heads, but it's a little different in this game. Mario must first flip the enemy over by hitting them from underneath. Once flipped, they can be hopped on to be killed. The game also saw the first appearance of the iconic POW symbol. Once hit, the whole level shakes and every enemy on the screen is defeated. Mario Bros. Isn't as deep or as involved as Super Mario Bros., but it was a decent start to the franchise and helped lay the groundwork for the sequel and the whole gaming industry in general. Mario is a mass murderer. As a hero trying to save a princess, Mario must defeat a lot of enemies. His death toll can get pretty high, especially when he's blindly shooting fireballs all over the place. While it's acceptable for Mario to kill off enemies that have overtaken the kingdom, Mario also murders a lot of innocent victims along the way. You may love smashing bricks and collecting as many coins as possible, but maybe you'd hold back a little if you knew the backstory of the world creations. The random bricks and platforms that appear in levels are not just unfinished construction jobs. They're actually mushroom people that have been transformed and frozen into the bricks thanks to Bowser's magical powers. All of this is stated directly in the game's official manual. Yes, the same manual that you tossed aside as you tried to figure it out on your own. Every brick is another murder tally, and for some reason, we feel like Mario knows exactly what he's doing. At the end of the game, the princess may be saved, but no cutscenes ever reveal the world of mushroom citizens getting released from their brick prisons. Goombas were originally good creatures. Those poor Goombas. They're easily killed, barely pose a threat to Mario, and have to deal with image issues due to their snaggletooth. While you may laugh off the Goombas as an enemy in Super Mario Bros., they actually have a pretty crazy backstory that got them there in the first place. According to the official Super Mario Bros. Manual, the little Goomba is a mushroom that betrayed the Mushroom Kingdom. That's right, Goombas are double-crossing enemies that turned on their kingdom and joined the revolt alongside Bowser. Ever since the Goombas revolted for the original Super Mario series, they have never joined the good side again. No matter how many times Mario easily squishes them down, they remain loyal to Bowser and stay bitter enemies with the Mushroom Kingdom. The bonus minigame. Since the original Super Mario Bros. Was released, the popularity of the game has led to multiple releases on other systems like the SNES, Nintendo Wii, and Wii U. The game is also great for a number of portable systems. In 1999, there was a release for the Game Boy Color entitled Super Mario Deluxe. This was an extended port of the original Super Mario Bros. And featured a number of extra features. One of the secret features was a minigame entitled You vs. Boo. The minigame is a fast-paced race that features all original courses set in the Super Mario world. As Mario, you must race a floating Boo across multiple obstacles. The only catch? Boo can float through these obstacles. Mario must hit switches and quickly jump over walls to defeat him. After a round is won, a faster and more skillful Boo will appear in the next race. The aggressive Hammer Bros. One of the most challenging enemies in Super Mario Bros. Is not Bowser, it's actually the tag team known as the Hammer Bros. They are truly one of the more frustrating parts of the game. The flying hammers are incredibly hard to navigate through, and that challenge is only increased if you're little Mario and cannot afford to get hit by the flying debris. As you try to figure out your best strategy for getting by the brothers, you may try to sit and wait. Bad idea. What many players don't realize is that the Hammer Bros truly have it out for Mario. After 10 to 15 seconds of waiting, the enemies will actively pursue Mario, chasing him down and jumping over obstacles until they can pound him to death with their hammers. They may hold a bigger grudge than Bowser himself. Super Luigi Bros. In a multiplayer game, Luigi gets his chance to shine, but he's often forgotten in the game as a whole. Mario is the true star, and Luigi gets treated like the annoying little brother that he's often portrayed as. Things completely changed with the Wii U release of NES Remix 2 in 2014. The collection of games features new and alternative versions of Nintendo classics. One of the games that was focused on was the original Super Mario Bros. In this version, the game is retitled Super Luigi Bros, and Luigi is the main character used for levels. One of the biggest twists in the game comes from how the game is played. The side-scrolling aspect is actually reversed. Instead of traveling left to right, the game features right to left level play. This actually adds a lot of challenge to the game, as players are so used to playing the original way. Luigi never has it easy, but at least he got his own version of the original game. The first villain. More iconic than the Mario game itself is the very first level. The screenshot can bring back memories. Mario isn't the only star in this level though. The little Goomba's a star as well. He's the very first enemy. If plans weren't originally set the way they are, then the Goomba may not be as well known as he is today. According to interviews with the original game makers, a Koopa Troopa was supposed to be the first enemy in the level. The reason for his placement was that enemies wouldn't understand the shell hopping and sliding concept right away. Giving players an easier enemy to defeat would help start the game off right and create a better gaming experience. At least it wasn't a Lakitu that was introduced in the first level. Now that would have been challenging. Name confusion. Princess Peach and Bowser are well known and have name recognition today, but it originally did not start out that way. Even though the princess got her Peach name in the Japanese release of the game, it was completely changed for the United States port. In an effort to make Peach a true princess to the mushrooms, she had her name changed to Princess Toadstool. This name would continue for several adventures in this series until the Peach name caught on stateside and was formally introduced for the release of Super Mario 64. Now Bowser also suffered through the same identity crisis. In the United States version of the game, Bowser was referred to as King Koopa. The name stuck, as did Bowser, and now are pretty much interchanged all the time. Maybe if someone actually got his name right, he wouldn't have to kidnap the princess over and over again. And there you have it. Do you still play the original Super Mario Bros? What facts were you surprised to hear? Are there any that we missed? Let us know in the comments section below. And don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to The Gamer on YouTube so you can stay up to date with all of our awesome videos.